Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I am Detective Dark, and welcome to part 4 or 5. I can't quite remember, maybe 4. But yeah, welcome back to another video. It's been a month since my last, so hope you all enjoy. In the League of Villains hideout, All For One was standing in front of the League members with two green Daleks either side, one green Dalek either side of him. The League were understandably distrusting of these, what to them, abominations. All For One, on the other hand, had seen more use for the Daleks than he ever had the Nomu. The Daleks were more independent thinkers, but they were also obedient when it came to it. There was no risk of rebellion, nor no risk of anything happening or bad happening to him. However, he was somewhat disappointed. He had hoped Izuku would be here. After all, he was technically the Supreme Dalek. But from what he heard, he went to Dr. Ujiko to get an upgrade for his casing. We now go to in Dr. Ujiko's lab. He's been working on Deku for 3 weeks. As more and more Daleks adopted the green colour scheme that Deku originally had, he decided to make his casing more distinguishable and more, recognisable out of all the other Daleks. So he gave Deku some black and dark green paint, as well as changing the light on his eye stalk to crimson red. Ujiko had to work on this for several hours. He wasn't entirely pleased seeing the Daleks more and more as abominations and regretting ever creating the first. This created a dilemma for him. A dilemma he's currently put aside, as he does not want to hinder his work on the Nomu. For he sees the Nomu as far superior than any Dalek. Deku is now getting used to his casing. It isn't entirely different to his old one, but it has some new features that he rather likes. Like, for instance, the ability to take flight. It allowed them to conquer certain things that, with Mark I travel machines, couldn't go upstairs, but the Mark II that he currently possesses can. This meant that, for most Daleks, the greatest enemy would be stairs. But once the Mark II was ready for mass production, every Dalek would have it, so it wouldn't remain a weakness forever. He had also got in mind for designs for a Mark III that Mark III should have shields. That way it takes even more firepower to destroy a single Dalek. This was a good concept. As he was moving through his new underground section of the LOV base, he realised he had reached his destination far quicker than he'd ever assumed. He then moves into this circle-like domed thing where approximately 400 Daleks are in stasis. As he moved into it, all of the Daleks not all of them, round about 20 or so Daleks awakened to greet their leader. They were all loyal to their Supreme Dalek. Deku had come up with a chant for any and all Daleks. These words were, Daleks conquer and destroy. As this was said, All for One walked into the room. He was pleasantly surprised that that the Daleks had come up with a chant, and that they would chant it in battle. He was pleasantly happy, perhaps for the first time ever. He also saw that the Daleks hold more potential than the Nomu, and was considering stopping the Nomu project altogether, but saw that both the Daleks and the Nomu would both have their uses in his grand plan to take over the world. So I hope you guys like this video. Again, either part 4 or 5, but, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and was a lot of fun for me to make. Goodbye.